Ever wonder what happens to the money you put in the bank? Welcome to Investment Nerds, your true guide to investing in the stock market in Africa. We all use banks for our savings and daily transactions, but have you ever thought about how they actually make money and how they affect our economy? It's not magic, it's a powerful system that once you understand it, you can use to your advantage. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how banks really work, in plain Ghanaian English. The core idea: the bank as a middleman, financial intermediary. Think of a bank as a professional matchmaker for money. On one side, you have people like us who have extra cash, savers. On the other side, you have people or businesses who need to borrow money, borrowers, to start a business, build a house, or buy a car. The bank's job is to connect the two. Here's the simple cycle. 1. Deposits. We put our money into the bank, whether it's in a savings account or a fixed deposit. The bank pays us a small amount of interest for keeping our money with them. 2. Lending. The bank then takes a portion of that money and lends it out to other people and businesses as loans. They charge a higher interest rate on these loans than what they pay us. 3. The profit. The difference between the interest they earn on loans and the interest they pay us on our savings is their main source of profit. This is called the net interest margin. How banks really make money beyond the basics. It's not just about loans. Banks have many other ways of making money, and these are important for investors to know. 1. Fees and commissions. Banks charge fees for services like ATM, withdrawals, international transfers, and monthly maintenance. These add up and are a big part of their income. 2. Investments. Banks don't just sit on the money they have. They invest some of it in things like government bonds, like treasury bills, which are considered very safe, and other financial instruments to earn a profit. 3. Trading. Some banks have trading desks that buy and sell currencies, stocks, and other financial products to make a profit. 4. Credit creation. This is a cool part of how banks work. When a bank gives a loan, say GHS 1000, that money is deposited into the borrower's account. That GHS 1000 can then be used by the borrower, and a portion of it can be loaned out again by another bank, creating more money in the economy. This is what's known as the multiplier effect. Vital facts for the young investor in Ghana: regulation and trust. In Ghana, the Bank of Ghana, BOG, is the central bank and the main regulator. They make sure banks are operating safely and ethically. This is why it's important to only deal with licensed banks. The role of banks in the economy. Banks are not just about making a profit, they are the engine of our economy. They provide the money needed for businesses to expand, which creates jobs and drives economic growth. Understanding interest rates. When the Bank of Ghana changes its policy rate, it influences the interest rates that commercial banks charge. As an investor, you need to pay attention to this because it affects the cost of borrowing and the returns on savings. Banking products, savings accounts. Good for keeping money safe and liquid, easy to access, but the interest rate is usually low. Fixed deposit investment accounts. You lock up your money for a set period in return for a higher interest rate. This is a better way to make your money work for you if you don't need it immediately. Loans. Be smart about borrowing. Take a loan only for productive purposes that will generate more income than the interest you pay on the loan. Conclusion. From saver to strategist. Understanding how banks work is the first step to becoming a smarter financial strategist. Instead of just being a customer who uses their services, you can become an investor who makes informed decisions about where to keep your money and how to make it grow. The next time you walk into a bank, you won't just see a place to keep your money, you'll see a complex system you can learn to leverage for your financial future. Now that you know how banks work, what kind of banking product do you think you'd use to grow your money? Investment nerds have shown you the secret in banking. Comment "bank" in the comment section if you would consider investing in banks on the stock market. Wait, we appreciate your support. Like and share with friends and family. Follow and subscribe for more investment tips from the nerds.